The idea for setting this production of Don Giovanni in the late 50s, early 60s, was to create a world that was on the cusp, a world that was about to change. An old regime was beginning to fade, beginning to decay, and something new was happening.
When Mozart wrote Don Giovanni, he wrote it at a sort of watershed in European cultural history. It's the end of the Age of Enlightenment, the beginning of Romanticism. It looks back to Baroque almost, and also forward to Beethoven. So it's one of those great hinge moments, socially as well as in terms of music, of European history.
We wanted to update it to the extent that it became modern and understandable to an audience now, without being a historic piece.
Paul Brown, the designer, really said his inspiration was really looking at things like the film work of La Dolce Vita, looking at the principles as being that very high-class society, that real vogue film-style look.
And to put Giovanni into that period where he is the driver of this sexual revolution, where perhaps there's the La Dolce Vita, which is effectively where we're trying to set it, against classic architecture, but very modern ideals about to happen. It's a perfect environment for Giovanni, and one which I feel very comfortable in.
Well, I mean, the idea about the set, it is a Pandora's box. It's a chamber that rotates in an ellipse on the stage. The idea is that it opens up to present the first scene. The first scene is quite bouffe, quite comic. It has a man escaping from a lady's balcony, and I think one wants to create a world for the audience that they feel safe and that is comic and that one can respond to in a very jovial way. Very light way.
The difficulty of the piece is that it moves from location to location, and what I was very keen on is that we never stopped, and that from the moment the killing happens, which I think is key to Don Giovanni, and actually is the reason that he goes to hell, not because he sleeps with lots of women, but from that moment it's an inexorable move towards his final damnation. And it was important, Paul Brown, the designer, and I spent a lot of time working out how we could keep the momentum going, and with any luck it's a sort of white knuckle ride.
It has its complicated mechanics and occasionally dangerous elements to it. It's a very contactable set. We are all over the set. I mean, we're like ants scrambling on it. It has a slightly surreal element to it. It's not fixed in any particular place. There are elements of each reveal into the scene as more an impression.
And the idea towards the very end of Act One is a lightning bolt from God strikes into the room, sets fire to the room, and Don Giovanni is penned up in his own hell. And that's only the end of Act One.
So we sort of have hell at the end of Act One, and then we have no fire from then on. From then on, it just gets colder and colder, and but hell is traditionally actually it was not hellfire, but it was ice. It was cold, and I think from then on it gets he moves towards a terrible, terrible chill.